Introducing in the blue corner, standing 5'10", weighing in at 69.4 kilos, from Andy Roberts, BJJ, in his debut fight, Luke Chew. In the red corner, standing 5'9", weighing in at 68.3 kilos, from South Moreton MMA, also his debut fight, Charlesworth.
Okay, Paul, so this is our second fight of the night. It's a lightweight fight. Between Luke Q from Andy Roberts, BJJ, and Ethan Charlesworth, again from South Moreton Boxing. And again, both these fighters making their debuts in the cage this evening.
Yeah, it makes it a bit difficult. Both fighters are wearing white trunks, so a little bit difficult to identify the both.
Okay, so Grant has just given their final instructions, and this fight is about to get underway.
So no messing around there at all with Luke. Luke straight in.
Okay, so Luke now has Ethan pinned against the cage, but Ethan actually has been trying to get a choke in there, but I think Luke's actually pushing it out, Paul.
Possibly, Ethan's still fighting for it, turning Luke's back against the cage, and bit of a scramble. Both guys, oh, be careful of those knees. That's a big knee there to the stomach.
So big knee there from Luke, who again now has gone actually for his arm in there again. Ethan looks like he's going for a double leg takedown, but doesn't look like it's happening right now. Luke's against the cage, looks to have good posture, Paul.
See, very strange this. See, Luke Koo is from Andy Roberts' gym, and Andy Roberts' gym is obviously very well known for their grappling ability. But it seems to be that Ethan, being from the boxing gym, is trying to get a takedown.
So they come back into the centre of the cage. There were some strikes just then. Yeah, both guys are in the clinch. Back in the corner of Luke Chew.
Yeah, both guys trying to work the midsection there, David. Both giving knees to the stomach, and they're giving good shots into the stomach as well. Both guys working really strong on the midsection.
Yeah, so again, Luke seems to be tying him up, and each time he ties him up, Paul, Ethan's trying to get us some body shots, as you were just saying.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Ethan really trying to get this takedown there.
Oh,
it looks like he's got it.
And he has, big takedown.
Massive cheers from Roman in Ethan's corner, right next to us here. Good takedown and good positioning by Ethan.
But again now, Luke is in his own corner, so I believe he's going to have some great advice from Andy Roberts on what to do to avoid this position. But Ethan's actually got, well, too fast, we didn't talk about this right now. So they're back into the centre of the cage. We have Ethan Charlesworth on his back, and Luke looking to take, well, he's in guard now, Paul.
Yeah, very good scramble between two guys here. And not knowing both these fighters at all, I would personally, just by the corners, give the advantage to Andy this one, having the fact that he's got Andy Roberts in his corner.
So Andy's a bit of a BJJ whiz, Paul.
Yeah, Andy Roberts is actually a black belt under Roger Gracie. I mean, he's got a very long-standing background in judo and Japanese jiu-jitsu. I mean, Andy Roberts has been on the scene for a very, very long time.
And very well covered. An official for the UFC, is that right?
Indeed, I believe he is. I think he's, he's standing. He's got him as an official now for the UFC. He's competed in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and submission wrestling since 2001. And get this, David, his actual record in submission wrestling in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is 81 wins and 19 losses. I mean,
that's pretty incredible.
That's incredible.
Incredible ratio there. So back to the action, Paul. We seem to have. Oh, I'm even confused between the two fighters now. I think we have Ethan pressing Luke up against the cage.
Yeah, that's right. Luke has got his back towards the cage. Ethan has been trying to get that takedown since the very beginning of this fight. He's really, really trying for him. Again, you said earlier, that's going to exhaust him out as well.
So he's dropping some knees there, trying to tire the legs of Luke Q, who's pressed against the cage.
Indeed, you're right. Trying to weaken that base, trying to make it easier to get that takedown.
So again, going back to these fighters, Ethan is wearing Max shorts. And he just picked him up and dropped him. Ethan's called him into the centre of the cage.
What surprised me there, David, Ethan's been trying to get that takedown for the last couple of minutes. Once he gets it, he just walks away.
Yeah, he caught him in the centre of the cage, and actually Luke Q planted a right hand on him. So now Luke is pressing Ethan against the cage.
Yeah, very surprised. I'm quite shocked with that, and Freeze Troubles did get hit in the face very well. But I mean, good control here by Luke now. It's a real back and forth
So
fight.
would you say quite a well-matched fight, actually, Paul?
Yeah, I definitely did. I mean, one of the things this promotion has tried to promote is well-matched fights. I think the one we saw before and this one just showed dividends to promoters here tonight.
It's a great first round, and that's it. End of round one.
Very, very tough round of Paul. Both guys had great opportunities there.
Tough for the judges to score that fight.
Couple of good takedowns though by Ethan.
Just like to make comment of the ring girls coming into this cage now this evening.
I'll leave that comment to you, Dave.
Well,
far away.
there are many of them. We should leave it there, actually. I think, Paul.
Yeah, I won't leave it there. Okay, end of timeout. It's back to round two. Just you were saying before, Dave, the ring girls are very easy to take your attention off the action, but back to round two now, and let's see if these guys can keep the same pace as they did in round one.
Exactly. When you see action like this, Paul, no one's actually worried about the girls. It's all about the fighters.
You've got to appreciate, Dave, we said before, this is their debut here tonight. I mean, none of these guys have ever gone 2 or 3 rounds in the cage under this pressure. This is all new to them.
Yeah, it is a lot of pressure. Obviously, they've got their family and friends, their gym behind them, and you know, their teammates. So they want to perform. There's a lot of pressure on these guys out there.
Oh, he's pulled the guillotine there, and he's only got one arm in at the moment. He's got the other arm in tight to secure the guillotine.
And it actually appeared. So that's Ethan put on the guillotine. It actually appeared his corner was saying not to go for it, Paul.
I did hear that as well. He shouted not to, but Ethan thought obviously the best, and he's ending up down his back with Luke on top of him.
So we've now got Luke in top position. He was actually trying to rain down some hammer fists. So that's using the palm of his fist, striking down on Ethan's face.
I mean, Ethan here is deciding to put his butterfly guard on one side. He's trying to pop his hips out. But he's got his back against the cage now. A difficult position to move out of.
It is, and I can imagine Luke actually probably wants to pin him into that position and rain down some more blows on Ethan.
Ethan's doing well there. He's got his foot there in the hips of Luke, and successfully they're pushing away.
Back up to their feet. Actually, look, they've got a warning from Grant there to press the action. So it's a referee's job to keep the action flowing, Paul. And if they're not actually being aggressive enough and you know, trying to make this fight happen, he will warn them and perhaps actually take a point away from them.
You've got to remember, David, this is a spectator sport as well. People paying to come see this. The action's got to keep moving to keep it interesting for the fans and for the fighters.
Okay, so we see Ethan now trying to take the mount of Luke Q, trying to take the back. There's a lot of scrambling back and forth. These guys are sweaty as well, so I imagine that's making it difficult for them to get their position. Yeah,
you're right. Later round two, midway through round two, the sweat's starting to come in now. You know, it's very difficult to get their grip on each other. See, Ethan there's got it kind of a side. He's in guard, but he's kind of side on. He's not got a very great posture there, has he? What would you do if you're Luke right now? You're on top, you'd be laying, would you be raining down some blows, try a bit of ground and pound?
You know, I'm quite an aggressive guy, Paul. I think if I was on top there, tied up, you know, you just got to hit whatever you can. So try and I would actually be kneeing to his bum right now to try and get him to release me. So just take his mind off things, throw in some knee strikes, any strikes you can. You just got to make action happen. So both fighters on their feet, looking to trade leather in the middle of the cage, Paul.
Yeah, Luke's hands are very, very low. They're down by his sides. A sign of fatigue. You can tell both these guys have put a lot into this fight so far, and you can see he was fatigued there.
Yeah, I think they're actually using this this time right now to have a rest.
Good idea as well. They can, you know,
when you're tied up in a position, there's not too much you can do. I think a great thing is take stock, have a listen to your corner, and take a breather.
How aware of the corners are they there, David? I mean, you've been in the cage many times. Are you that aware of the corners? Can you hear what's going on when you're in this position where you're concentrating on the fight?
Yeah, I think during your first time in the cage, Paul, it's very hard to listen to your corner. I think that takes a few fights to get that under your belt and realise they're actually there to coach you, talk you through the action. So they're probably just trying to get the fight done, you know, see what's going on. It's tough to think of all these things at the same time.
Well, there's good ground and pound there by Ethan, and He tried taking it back and he slipped off and found himself on the bottom now.
That's right, so Luke is now in top position, although Ethan has both hands tied up, in fact.
Yeah, it's a great back and forth fight, fantastic for the fans, and what a debut for both these guys.
Certainly is. I think they can both be proud of this fight, Paul. So 10 seconds into the second round here now.
It's going to be a difficult one to score this one again. You know, both these guys put heart and soul into this, and this has been a great bout. Great matchmaking tonight.
Okay, so this is going 3 rounds.
I don't know if you noticed then, David, that Luke crawled back to his corners, hands and knees. I mean, whether that's a sign of massive fatigue and whether that be a big factor this last round.
Yeah, that's something that I'd imagine Ethan's going to actually be looking out for. It's a great, gives you a great mental edge, Paul. I feel that if your fighter's tired, it just spurs you on that bit extra to get out there, try and take advantage of his weakness now.
Of course, you can see a finish and you're going to obviously go for that 100%, aren't you?
Exactly. Okay, so we're about to get underway here now, Paul. Third and final round.
Here we go then, first fight tonight, going to the third round.
And as you said, Luke's hand's very low. Ethan's opening up with some strikes there, Paul.
See, real good aggression from Ethan then. He was very focused and he's driving forward, and Luke has fallen down now, his back into the cage. He's holding on for that guillotine, but I don't think he's got the energy or the room to put it in there, has he?
It's not the first time we've seen Luke try for this position, Paul, and I think actually he's tired right now. That would be my thoughts.
I think he's holding on there to get some there. I mean, there's no way he can posture back to get that good crank on that neck. He's not pulled guard there at all. He's happy to sit there and just wait out a bit of time.
100%. I think he's just holding on. So again, unless Ethan can push this action, I think Grant will actually be standing these guys up pretty shortly.
Yeah, Grant Warman taking a good close look at the fighters.
So Ethan's trying to get some strikes. They've now been warned by the referee. Ethan's now in mount position, Paul.
Yeah, and because of that, Luke's had to let go of the guillotine, but I think you're saying that a good buffer there by Luke, but fantastic transition by Ethan.
Yeah, it actually looks like the BJJ side of the camp's on the other side of the cage. So Ethan's very well versed in jiu-jitsu here.
Good credit to the Roman ship, their coach. I mean, he's actually teaching good stuff down there. But again, we've changed again. We now find Ethan on the bottom and Luke on top. He was in side control. Ethan's managed to pull back the full guard.
That's right, so we've got Andy Roberts' camp now trying to get some hammer fists off by Luke. So Luke's in top position, although in guard. Yeah, and he looks to try and rain off some hammer fists there, Paul.
I'll be honest with you, David, if you're a judge here tonight, you'd be looking at this fight very confused way to go. But I think one of these fighters needs to explode in the last half of this round to secure this round, because I think this fight could go either way.
It certainly could, Paul, it certainly could.
The question is, though, David, do the guys have the energy to finish this fight?
Well, you know, they may get a second wind here, Paul. Like you said, their corner should actually now be telling them they've got to win this fight. Nobody likes to go to the judge's decision.
I mean, both these guys are fairly big size for 70 kilos, and they've both worked at extremely fast pace in this fight so far.
Yeah, that's right. So, again, we now still see Luke. So both guys in the centre of the cage. Luke is in guard with Ethan underneath. Not too much going on right now.
I was about to say that, although he's on top position, he's not really making good use of it. Ethan's holding him down. You don't see Luke trying to posture up, trying to lay down strikes, or even trying to improve his position. He seems to be quite happy sat there on the top.
No, it actually looks like Ethan now is trying to go for an arm.
That's a good call by the referee. As we say, no action. Stand both fighters up, and I think this is the last now. They've got to do something now to impress these judges.
They can only be 30 or 40 seconds.
Oh, good spinning back punch, back fist. I'll be honest with you, Dave, I think whoever steals the last 30 seconds of this round could steal this fight.
Yeah. So again, we now have Luke Q pressing Ethan against the cage. Although Ethan was trying to get some strikes off with his knees.
Oh, that's good knees there.
We've now got knees from Luke.
And Ethan retaliates. It's a real back and forth fight, this. Ethan needs to try and get off that cage and get himself back in the centre of the cage.
Yeah, that's right. So Ethan's trying to let off some little punches now, try and pepper his opponent.
Yeah, not going to do much damage, but it's definitely annoying and takes your concentration off what you're doing, doesn't it?
It's all about annoying your fighter, trying to let him slip up or let something go. So Ethan now has dropped down, trying to go for a choke. Doesn't actually look like he has anything in there, Paul.
I don't think he has it. I think he's just holding on there. He's making his way back up the cage. He's done very, very well.
Okay, some more transitions here again from Ethan. So we have Luke Q on his knees, last 10 seconds of the round.
Very, very tough fight. What a great matchup for both these guys, their debut. Both guys done themselves so proud tonight. End the fight. I've got to say, Dave, one of the best fights I've seen at semi-pro for a very, very long time. Great action tonight. Very, very tough decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after a full 3 rounds, the judges decided by majority the winner in the red corner